account.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
that too.
I see.
He just wants my tits.
Yeah.
Please stop.
That's whenever
Mine
we
is
play
the
Heroes
1,000.
of the Storm nowadays.
Mine is
That's
the
what it
1,000
says.
Stop saying. Okay, don't stream yet. Are you streaming?
I'm streaming.
Oh god damn it!
It's so okay.
We took a small break to refresh ourselves and whatnot, but we're going to continue here. So, I believe the gentleman had a general. So Criana has left, so she's going to be now NPC'd, as to the best of my ability. AKA, gonna try to find as many excuses as I can not to have her be an active participant. But, the question. Oh yes. So what is the general plan? We ended the session with you guys formulating some sort of plan to at least make an attempt to rescue these, by the sounds of it, 4 individuals that were captured by these die-in.
We're gonna have Tom run around half naked, screaming, "The coalition's coming! The coalition's coming!"
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so
That's
what's
gonna
your
give me
actual plan?
nightmares.
It's gonna be pretty close to that, though.
Yeah, it is. It's not gonna be that far.
Okay.
Hopefully. It depends on if Tom's just like, no, I changed my mind.
Yeah, actually, that is true. Byrne, would you be okay with what we are suggesting?
Putting myself on the pedestal to be a possible sacrificial person.
Well, if you
Sure.
want to say it all straightforward and dangerous, like, yeah. Another way to say it would be an opportunity to get to know their culture better.
Hands-on experience.
Exactly.
Wow.
Sure.
Wow. I've heard a lot of spins in my time, but that takes the cake.
The idea is to have Tom purposely get captured to be sacrificed with the others, under the idea that he will be brought to where the others are, and if they try and sacrifice him on the bonfire, it's Tom. In fact, I do believe we have done this in the past. We've put Tom on a burial bonfire before.
Did we?
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
we did
with Nathan.
in order to fool Nathan.
So you have work experience.
Yes.
So, while we go step by step, I mean, because we're in a bit of a narrative space, right? But I'm gonna probably switch in and out, active and passive, depending on the situation. All right. So, what's step 1 here, guys?
Step 1, ask Tom if he's okay with this. I think
Step 2, if he is, find people to capture him.
Whoa, hold on.
So
Step
you're
2 is backup. For one, we need to slap a necklace on him and a tracker.
Yes.
Yes.
We also need to make sure they don't remove said tracker.
Mm-hmm.
GM, how
Yo.
durable is this tracking
Oh God!
device?
Please no, no.
It's extremely durable. It won't withstand. It can probably withstand a good 30 pounds of pressure before being at risk of sustaining major structural damage.
Can it sustain things like stomach acids?
Oh,
You don't
okay.
know.
That route, good.
You don't know.
I was going to do.
You don't know. You're not too sure. Actually, though, but maybe let's find out together.
Here,
You-
have this
you-
tracker. It's a suppository.
No. Stop talking about your butt for a second. Let me be a GM.
I'm sorry.
So this is going to be a combined thing, all right? Al is going to use his medical knowledge to know the acidity, the damage of stomach acid, okay? Well, Patrick is going to ascertain the strength of the metal and see if it can survive said acid. This will be interpreted by a skill check. No modifiers on any of them. So,
Would this be
medical
MD?
doctor.
Got it.
Yeah, medical doctor. As for Patrick, Let me open up your character sheet. See what's most applicable. Oh, I reckon mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 65, and I have a skill of 65. So
Okay, so that
I
counts as
considered a
success.
pass. Okay, good.
Yes. Yeah, you made it. And Patrick succeeded by 43. You have good reason to believe it probably will survive stomach acid. However, because you succeeded as well, there is a chance, the size of that bug, there is, you think, a 5% chance it could get lodged in the lower intestine.
Okay, no, that's not a good idea then.
Te-
We'll just have to try.
5%?
Yeah, I know, but I mean, from a doctor's point of view, that's 5% too much.
Okay.
We'll just have to find a clever place to conceal this on you.
Okay.
So, Tom,
What?
I'm going to just give this to you. I would like you to. Okay.
Al hands it. He hands the tracker to Tom, followed by a bottle of lube. Walks away.
No, I was going to say at the joint on the inside of your leg where it connects to your pelvis beneath the scrotum. Because where the leg connects, where the leg connects with the taint, because it's small enough and that's a hard enough area to search that it's got the most likelihood of going by. Unless you would like it with a bottle of lube. This is such an awkward conversation. Al's just like, so Tom, look, you have a few options. I would suggest some medical tape and the. Oh, for the love of God, Tom, just look where your leg connects to your taint. Just tape it up there. And Al looks like very red-faced.
I was going to ask Tom if he needed help, but I think I'm going to pass on this one.
If I need help, I'll ask Blink. Okay? Okay.
I wasn't exactly an enforcer in my old days, but I did have some basic knowledge of how to frisk people, and that is the most likely way to get something passed, considering the size it is, that I think you are willing to do.
I'm giving you that medical tape.
We'll hand it out.
You have a
Thank you.
concealment. You have a concealment skill, right, Tom?
Oh, let's see.
Pretty sure you used that when Patent Bullet Tooth was searching you for stuff, and you kept moving it around.
No,
I believe that was me.
What's?
that was
Oh,
him.
that was you. Okay, well, since we're gonna technically since this is Al's suggestion, oddly enough, I'm gonna have Al roll the skill check. And since you're putting in such a clever place, I might add, I want you to make it easier by 20 points.
Okay, thank you.
So I guess the success of this is dependent on.
Oh.
Okay, great. That's good to know. So, yeah. Tom, do you do as you are as is suggested and instructed?
Okay.
You don't have to role play. You can just say yes.
What I'm going to do, roleplay wise, is Tom is going to be trying to do this in the bathroom, and Al's going to give him instructions. Because that makes sense to me as to why
Okay.
he would use his concealment.
Okay. moving on to the next scene.
Yes.
So you have the tracker on Tom now, but there was two parts to that part too.
Yes, and then we need to find a way to get you captured.
Yes.
I suppose we should ask. Al would go to one of the people that we've just put on the ship.
Sure. Do you want it to be the Tang Fies?
Yeah,
like
let's do
Ivy
the
or
Tang
Louis?
Fies.
Okay.
We'll do the Tang Fies.
All right.
So if we wanted to get captured, how would you suggest? You said they've been attacking you relentlessly. We need to get someone in there to find out where your friends are.
They look at you a little bit and they say, "Well, we don't know exactly where they are, and this is the longest break we've had without them attacking us. I'm sure it has to do with this ship. But all the attacks have been coming from the northwest in the hills. That's when we went to the hills to lose them, we walked into a hornet's nest. We tried to shake them, but they were relentless. I say
Okay.
go wandering in there or go back to Winter's Post. I mean, they spotted us there, and they knew where we would be."
That might actually be a bad idea. Go into Winter's Post and actually ask them to call forth that old whatever doomsayer guy.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Well,
Like have them capture, quote unquote, capture me, call the big huge dude, and then have him take me to the site.
all right, Tom, you have the necklace, right?
What necklace?
News's
That's what
necklace.
it was. Yeah, the
Oh.
silver medallion.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't put two and two together. Sure, I will have that.
All right. Oh, hang on. Let me see how long this lasts for. Give me a second. I have another idea that's not foolproof, but might actually be able to give Tom some support. Where are my magics? Where are my magics?
He doesn't need support. He has spectacular babs.
Oh, that's true.
And a tracking device.
I'm sorry. I find that whole tracking device debacle utterly hilarious.
That's because it was.
Yes.
That's because it was. What are you looking for, Squee?
I can cast invisibility a few times and be nearby.
What's the duration?
3 minutes per level of experience, so 12 minutes per every time I cast it.
Okay.
Which I'd have to cast it a few times, but it's not that expensive, actually.
Okay. So me as the GM to help you formulate this plan. The big question is how are you guys going to get to Winter's Outpost? All right. You're probably about 4 miles away from it currently. The Rhapsody is still by the Behemoth, and the Behemoth is still being repaired.
Well, we obviously don't want to bring the ship. That's the whole point. You said 3 miles away?
4 miles,
4 miles away.
approximately.
Right. Fly? Let's see. Won't you work on metal or plastic? Does it work on things like wood?
Yes.
Yeah,
If
that's
it's
what
not
I-
metal or plastic, it definitely works on wood.
So maybe we cast a fly and just fly you over there.
It also has to be non-living. It has to be
Right. So we find some dead wood,
Right.
like a fallen log or something.
We have plenty of
Yeah,
down
We have
trees.
tons of because we
Yeah.
just landed the Rhapsody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I assure you, they're all dead. All those trees are dead.
Dun, dun, dun. Maximum speed. Oh, right. It's the one thing I didn't actually record down. I remember noting that last time. We could do that. So I'm assuming though, whoever casts flight on the object would have to go with you.
Correct.
The spellcaster controls flight.
So what you're going to do is you're going to invisible yourself, get on the log. I get on the front of the log, and we both go like a speeder in Star Wars.
Yes. Trying to think. Oh God, I'm losing my train of thought. I don't remember if I cast spells last session or if I didn't. I'm just gonna go with the ISP I have marked down because I can't remember if I was supposed to heal or not.
PPE?
Yeah, my PPE. Sorry. I don't remember if I was
All I
supposed
know
to or not, so I'm just gonna.
Just use as it is, right?
Mhm.
Because oddly enough, it has not been that long since the showdown with the Baron.
Mm-hmm.
There's only probably been about half a day. You guys have had a very full day ahead of you, by the way.
Yeah.
So, and none of this has been really resting, except for the couple hours while you were waiting for that radio signal to come back.
So I've got 36 PPE
Out of,
out of 56.
yeah, round it up to 40. That will make amends for the few hours.
Okay, cool. So then I could cast fly, and then I could cast invisibility 5 times. And if I limit invisibility to only when I'm in serious danger or danger of being revealed, that could work.
Sure.
The other option, of course, is use fly to get you over there, and then just hang back. And yeah, but either way, I think that's probably the quickest and quietest way to get you there.
What's the range on that tracking device?
8 miles, I believe. Let me look it up again.
Okay.
Hang on. 8 miles. Yeah.
And it can be configured to any personal computer or computer system. Right now it's configured with, I believe, August's computer, but that can be easily changed to someone else's. Like narrative speaking, it's not going to take long.
Well, no, wait. This is a great idea, actually. Okay, it's a little. Okay, so here's the thing: we have Al tagging along as quietly and invisibly as possible in power or in body armor with a radio, because let's say we're tracking him from the Rhapsody. He's not going to have any way of contacting us, so we don't know for sure. Like, let's say we follow the tracker, the tracker stops. We don't know if he's with other people or not. So if Al's there to maybe give a visual confirmation, say, okay, he's there, go. Something like that?
Sure.
I can't reply. I'm an impartial DM. I can't say yes, no, or.
If you okay, I see. There's a lot of virtual eyes looking at me. So I trust your judgment.
I'm going to
There you go.
assume that means you don't have an immediately better idea or horrible reason not to do this, so that's good. Like, I would hope, I have faith that if you're like, I can think of 1,000 reasons why this is horrible, you would let us know.
Yep. So I don't mean to give you the bum's rush. So, but to reiterate, so you plan on finding a fallen log, casting fly upon it, flying to Winter's outpost. When you think you're going to get within sight of anybody else, more likely the die-in, you are going to cast invisibility, and you're going to stay invisible around Tom and be all sneaky and observe him as he's going to be captured, and then follow him as best you can.
Yes, and then use the tracker as if I lose sight of him, or even if I don't lose sight of him, it's just a double protective. Because if I lose sight of him and we don't have the tracker, we'll never know where he is.
Yeah.
Wait. Didn't you say the Mystic Power Armor can cast Chameleon, not invisibility?
Chameleon, yes.
Yep.
Oh, if you want to take the Mystic Power Armor for a ride, go for it. I can give you the stats in a couple seconds.
The problem is, though, there's no way to be stealthy in that. Even if I was invisible, they'd be like, "Do you guys hear? Oh my God, what is crushing those grass blades over there?"
They haven't established of having good hearing.
That's true, but Al's going to assume from a biased human standpoint that that's going to be, even if he's invisible, it's going to be very noisy. Unless the flight on that thing's silent.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, or I guess he'd be asking Tom, but yes, out of character.
Tom would know. Well, in order to make noise, you need like engines or propulsion or even an energy system.
Mm-hmm.
Considering it runs on magic, I'm gonna say it doesn't make a damn sound.
Well, that's a much better idea then. Thank you, Bern.
Yeah. Here. Here is the stats. It is in a Google document, so
Okay.
I have to open that up. Come on. Let me type. Oh no, Skype. Don't crash on me. Okay.
Okay. So now what's the plan?
Well, then we don't
'Cause I'm
really
starting-
need to... Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right. It's just, I want to get into game time whenever you guys are ready.
Right. So we don't need to cast fly. We can just kind of make sure
You carry
you're...
me.
Yeah, you're connected to me safely, and I carry you to the area. All right. And then you guys start thinking of other stuff while I look this over and see what it can do, because I've never seen this before.
Yeah. Most of them is perpetual.
Mm-hmm.
The only ones that aren't are chameleon, superhuman speed, superhuman strength, and globe of daylight. if I recall.
Got it. And of course, all the offensive stuff.
Yes.
Got it. Sweet. One quick question.
Mhm.
What are these
Yeah.
spells cast at? What level are they cast at?
Your level.
Okay.
Mm-mm. No.
I didn't think so.
5th level.
5th level. Thank you,
Fifth?
sir. Right, because you're not a magic level, so if you cast it, what level would it be? So usually things like this are all spells are cast at blank level.
Oh. I could have sworn that. Never mind.
It's like the globe of water.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Then let's
Unless it
start.
explicitly says anything on the armor. But yeah, I don't think it does.
No, it doesn't.
Okay,
So
I'm
let's
good.
start putting this into action.
Okay. So so Al's going to carry Tom and Al's going to put in the mystic armor. Done. All right. Now here's the question. Patrick, are you just going to stay on the Rhapsody during this for now?
It would be foolhardy to come with them in a stealth
Okay.
mission.
Is it fair to say that you're going to be monitoring the tracker then?
Yes.
Okay. Great. So, how fast are you going to be flying to the... give me a rough miles per hour estimate, okay? How
Okay.
fast you're going to be carrying Tom over the tree tops to the near vicinity of Winter's Outpost. I know you're not going to land right in the center so everyone can see, right? I know you're going to probably land in the boonies or whatever, right? But I need to know how fast you're going.
I would say, for safety reasons, probably no more than 20 or 30 miles an hour.
Okay. All right. That's still a pretty good clip, though. Not awful. Not awful at all. Okay. One moment. How are you holding Tom?
I actually think the safest course of action would be to maybe find a way to strap Tom's arms together. Like, for example, like maybe take a belt or something and put a loop in it so that he can kind of loop his hands together and put around my neck so he can hold on that way, so that we don't have to worry about his grip slipping or something like that.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Gonna say, Tom, you get on to the armor, secure yourself. Al kind of uses it. It takes a little bit of getting used to because you haven't flown with something that doesn't require jets before, of course. You you fly till you get about move towards Winter's Outpost. It only takes, I don't know, 10 minutes. 10 minutes tops, I guess. But when you get, we're going to say maybe a half mile out or so, as you approach, you get closer and closer to the tree line to really limit the sight line of people on ground seeing you, right? And by the way, Patrick, you can see kind of all this in the on the sensory program in your computer to track this thing. All it really gives you is kind of a direction and distance. But you see them getting further and further away in the direction of Winter's Outpost. And then we're going to say, is it fair to assume about half mile out from Winter's Outpost, you'll actually land and walk the rest of the way? Or do you want to be closer, or do you want to be further away?
No, I think half mile's a decent.
Okay. So you drop Tom off in a tree line. We'll look back at this little Winter's Outpost thing. You're coming from the south, so we'll say maybe you drop him off, like, say, there where I'm pinging. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. So I gotta use the washroom real quick, and then we're gonna continue.
Okay. Tom, question real quick. All of these abilities that are not perpetual, do they cost PPE to cast? Like, for example, flight
No.
or
No.
firebolt?
No.
Firebolt, I think,
Only thing-
does.
No. Not in this. It has a limit of only 2 bolts per melee and 2 call lightnings per melee.
Okay, so it's using my PPE to power it, but it's not actually expending my PPE.
It's not using it. Yes, it is using your life energy to actually power it, just like it uses my psychic energy to actually power it. The only thing that actually would take PPE is if you need to refresh the armor of Ithan,
Got it.
which is 100 PPE.
Well, we won't be doing that.
Yeah.
It
It
might
would-
be 100 for ISP, but for PP, I think that's 50.
No, it's
What's up?
it's 100 PPE in order to refresh the armor of Ithan on it.
Gotta let you know, most wizards don't have 100 PPE.
Yeah.
That
So
seems
how much
ridiculous.
ISP is it? Yeah.
We made a house rule because normally it doesn't take ISP.
Right.
Because of this specific this specific armor, it will take 100 ISP.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I decided to be a little bit more lenient on that. Typically, with all Techno Wizard items, it costs double the ISP what it takes for PPE. But for this one, I made it equal because it's special.
Well, I won't be renewing the armor of Ithan, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. Where is the armor of Ithan?
It's in the
is
environmental
now-
features.
I see. 150 MDC field.
Yes.
And then once that's gone, it's like it has no armor.
Oh, it has nothing. It
Got it.
has absolutely nothing.
It's crystal.
Yeah, it's
I see.
crystals.
Okay.
All you really need to do if you are in trouble is get to me and I can charge it once.
Got it.
Because that's how much. Yeah.
You have to wear it to charge it, though.
Okay, then never mind.
No, I'll just I will just leave you for the birds and fly home.
Anywho.
Yes.
All right, here's the last question for you before we really enter Winter's Outpost here, okay?
Mhm.
So, what is Tom wearing? I know he
I-
has the amulet on and the tracker, but are you just in clothes? Do you have body armor on? Do you have any weapons on you? I need to know this.
I am going to be in just normal clothes. In fact, I will actually be donning my old robe again from the behemoth.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to recover that, no problem. Someone was using it as a blanket, but it's still pretty clean.
Then that's what I will be wearing. Just
Okay.
a robe,
No
and
weapons?
that's it.
Okay.
Absolutely no weapons. My weapon
Okay.
is my mind.
Yep. Well, that you... Nerd. All right. Anyway. All right. So you land half mile out of the city. All right. I guess Tom is going on ahead. So my only question then, to continue the scene forward, is how far away is Al going to stay behind Tom, and is he going to be using any of the features of the Mystic Power Armor, aka Chameleon?
Al, you need to speak.
Oh no.
Well, he's muted.
Yeah, you need to unmute
Sorry,
to speak.
forgot I was muted.
There you go.
Eyes of the Wolf doesn't give me telescopic vision at all, does it?
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay. Al would have to obviously use Chameleon and be close enough to where the idea would be hopefully maybe be on a hilltop where he can see down into the town and what's going on. I don't know if that's
Sure. You could find a crops of trees actually nearby. You know this hill that you first descended on into the town.
Mm-hmm.
That gave you a pretty good, decent vantage point. You were able to see the Doom Speaker and everything else from there. Sure, that's no problem.
Yeah, he'll stay. How good is the Chameleon? Hang on, I was actually thinking maybe I could just go right up to the outskirt of town and stand still in Chameleon.
Chameleon's
See.
pretty good.
90% if unmoving. So yeah,
Yeah.
You have to
I will do that.
specifically
I'll-
not-
If you move more than 6 feet every 15 seconds, then it's totally ineffective.
right. So Al will actually get to the edge of the tree line if that gives him a better perspective than on top of the hill. Because I know
The
being
edge of the
up
tree
higher-
line will give you a much more perspective. Although you won't be able to see absolutely everything of the town, like you won't have that vantage point, you'll be able to see a lot more, a lot closer, and a lot clearer.
Then he will do that, and keeping in mind how easily he found Tom's foot, he's going to try and cast Chameleon on himself, keeping an idea of his toes and hands.
Okay, good call. So, Tom, you enter the village again from the
Yes.
south? Okay. It's later in the day now. It's actually, the sun is beginning to set. An orange glow, pierces the sky and tints the color of everything around that you see. And the village isn't as active as it was earlier in the day, but there are still about a few people on the outside of their brick clay homes, and a few more by a large round center meeting area. But one near the outskirts sees you coming, and very similar to when you first interacted with this town, they give a bit of a grunt and say something in a strange language, Yanti, as it turns away from you and goes down the street. It starts moving towards one of those that large blast furnace, and you hear it saying a word over and over again, Jantak, Jantak, Jantak. Sure enough, an individual by the blast furnace who appeared to have been feeding wood into it turns around at the sound, looks at the individual who made it, looks down the road, sees your lone self. You see him shake his head a little bit, and he begins to walk to approach you.
I'll wait patiently.
Okay. He'll stop. He'll stop approximately 40 feet away from you, and he'll bring a long 3-fingered claw to his upper chest area, and he says, Human, I would normally welcome you to Winter's Outpost. However, this is a most dangerous time.
I implore you to leave, and soon before the sun sets. For one of my former kind, a man named Manzan, will be entering here to preach. And I cannot account for your safety. Awful things have befallen Winter's Outpost. We could trade quickly if you wish, in a matter of minutes, but you must skirt away.
I'm afraid that's not an option. I need to speak with this person.
You wish to speak with Manzan? Why
Yes.
would you wish such? You... Please, he says. You need to understand what happened. Manzag serves a woman named Rena, who used to be our... How... You've heard news of what's befallen Winter's Outpost?
Yes.
Oh, I don't understand. There were ones who came here earlier today, in a large robot and vehicle, and they skirted away nervously, and here you are, with nary a weapon or anything to protect your soft flesh. Why do you speak so confidently, so assured? Why are you risking to be skirted to your death? I have seen Rena pull out our chieftain's core organ like a grape being spit from... Sorry, a seed being spit from a grape.
Tom will hesitate at that and kind of turn to look behind him a bit and go, okay, that's news to me.
Yes. It was most awful.
I am looking for a few friends of mine who have been captured by these people. And
Then...
I was hoping that I could possibly be led to them in order to perhaps rescue them.
Human, I do not know if you are brave or foolish, but if I were to do as you request, I'd be as good as killing you myself. We have risked much in skirting the humans who did trade and trap here away from Rena and her mad followers. Come into my home. You will be protected in case Manzag comes. I will give you some food and drink, and I will try my best to convince you to leave in time. Please, human. If you will not flee, at least come inside for some protection.
I think I would rather meet this person.
Stubborn than the last. Fine. Then let me give you my warnings as quickly as I can before Manzag shows. A week ago, Rena, respected leader in this community, healer, soothsayer, in the middle of the night, came screaming out of her own abode, and she gibbered for hours about a horrible fate for Winter's Outpost, of curses, of doomed humanity, of blackened skulls. She spoke of appeasement and survival and sacrifice, and she insisted to all of us she was the only hope for Winter's Outpost. She then fled into the wilderness like a mad woman, and we sent out a search party for her. In the dawn's light, Rena, our soothsayer, our leader, she returned with the search party. She did not calm down or speak of her visions, or speak of anything but her visions, I mean. She urged her close friends, her entourage, her fellow healers to join her, to help her, and we thought it was best to let her just lay out her madness. Yes, appease her, make her feel better. And about 6 of her close friends left Winter's Outpost, until she returned the next day with 3 of her followers that accompanied her, proclaiming that the only way that tragedy that will hit Winter's Outpost to be prevented was if human beings, your flesh, your skulls, were sacrificed to something she called the Swarm. A few of our young and foolish joined with her immediately. Parents fled with them, but her and her new followers departed. Later that same day, not 500 feet away from where we speak now, we heard a blood-curdling scream. We sent an investigation. We only found vegetation soaked and caked in blood. A fellow, much like yourself, a little years older, some fur on his face, named Joel Grizzly Heart Badmore. Strong, courageous. Well, he's been missing ever since. We think it was him. Next day, Rena had a human skull in her hand, the color of black soot. She proclaimed that things have started, and it was irresistible to stop her. She insisted that her and her followers should inherit half of our armory. And Caesar, our law speaker we've had for decades, refused. And in an instant he was struck blind, young human, and he is still blind. Rena and her lot took what they demanded and departed. That next day is when we first saw Manzan. He was just a local youth. He was supposed to be a hunter. But now he turned into something else. He began to speak of prophecy and blessings, and it was disturbing. Our village head woman, Kaza, she cast Manzan out, and dusk he returned, this time with Rena, and Kaza refused entry for both of them. A single gesture, a single flick of a wrist, and her core organ was ripped from her chest. Young human. She killed our head woman. She told us she wasn't interested in taking her place and conquering Winter's Outpost or harming any more of us. She wanted to save us. She wanted us to join her. She said that Manzan will return, as he will return soon, 3 times a day, in the morning, in the noon meal time, and at dusk, to preach and to lead any enlightened Daiyil back to her. That is when we helped the rest of the humans flee. And ever since then, Manzan has returned, preached his word, and each time, a few more Daiyil go with him. We cannot stop Rena. She is too powerful, and she is too mad. And if we cannot stop her, you cannot, young human. Please, Manzeg will be here soon. Depart. Flee. This will be your only chance.
Okay, out of character. This is starting to be some spooky shit, okay? I'm starting to like this less and less.
You're fine. Go for it.
If
No,
you or Tom get second thoughts, then we can always just regroup and reassess. There's other options we can pursue, you know.
I'm glad I spooked you out.
Out of
this is some
character,
creepy
like
shit.
for example, out of character, we can capture Manzeg and make him tell us, or something like that. It's up to you. Your character's the one in most danger, so. How
Your
much do you
core
like,
organ.
Tom? You like your organs, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And you're pretty attached to them being on the inside?
Yes.
Well, All right. It's up to you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking abort this shit. I'm sorry. I'm pulling the hell out.
Okay, well,
I'm
are
done.
you just gonna run? Are you gonna say something to this Dial?
Diane.
This Diane, this Gentech?
Yeah, midway through his speech, he's gonna start raising his hand and opening his mouth, and then he's gonna slowly close it, and and eventually he goes, you make a very interesting point, and he's just gonna turn around and walk.
You're gonna hear a very quiet Tom.
I will tell you later. I'm getting the fuck out of
No.
here.
Al heard this, yes?
Yes. Oh, yes. No, Genzeg has a very booming voice, and you weren't that far off.
Tom, where are you going?
Somewhere not here.
Got it. Like Al's gonna hear the voice and be like, okay, plan B. We capture Menzeg and force him to tell us.
Yeah, but I have no armor or weapons.
No, I understand. Ask him how long before Menzeg gets here.
Tom's gonna poke his head out from out of a tree. Hey, how long until Lanseg gets here? Just like that.
Genzeg was already halfway. Like when you departed, you heard him say, "Finally, sense comes to this one," and he's already halfway down the street by the time you turn around, and your voice would be pretty hard to hear, but he turns around and he replies very quickly, "Within minutes. Best make as much time as you can. I promise me and my compatriots will not tell him where you departed. We will do our best."
Holy shit, they have good hearing. Okay.
Al's gonna get on the radio. Oh, yeah. Well, you said there's a radio on his belt, right?
Tom's radio is on the belt. We're gonna assume it's still there because I'm not gonna be an asshole.
Tom's gonna get on the radio. Change of plans, guys. It's too dangerous to send Tom in alone. Manzek will be here in a few minutes. We could capture him and have him tell us. That seems like the next best option to me. But in order to do that, well, we have to capture him.
Tom's going to try and wrench the radio away from Al. Is that fine? Kind of like when you're speaking into it, both of his hands will go over and he will try and speak into it.
Sure.
Okay, it seems like this mad lady ripped out the village elder's heart. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not ready for this. And he's gonna give it back to Al.
Like I said, we need a plan B.
I'm sorry. There's too many things that are coming to my mind, and they're all bad.
Kalima.
I could not wait for the hand to like reach forward and just go like ding. Like the fuck is what?
My thought is we wait till Manzeg gets there, show up in force, capture him, interrogate him for where the others are, and go in there in force. I mean, I don't know any other way of finding them quickly.
Besides just tracking him back.
Yes, that's true, but he's going to preach, which is going to take time, which is time that they could choose to sacrifice our friends. We got to weigh the time versus risk factor here. Right. We have no idea when they're going to decide to burn them.
You're suggesting to storm the village?
No, not quite. I'm suggesting more of a we show up in force and subdue him.
Sounds like storming the village.
Well, usually storming involves a lot of property damage. I'd rather not do it that way. I'm open to suggestions. I mean, we could try and take him quietly, but it would just be me and Tom. And as you heard, Tom's not, he's been a little freaked out. Understandably, from what I heard.
Alicia is by the comms, and she says, capture sounds fine, she says, as risky as it's going to be. The only other thing is to try to get a visual beat on this place with the Rhapsody. But as you guys have noticed, of course it's going to bring some attention.
Well, I've got this nifty power armor that can cast magical nets, and I can go invisible and fly silently. Why don't I just go invisible, hover silently until he arrives, make sure he's by himself, and then net the bastard up? Then I tote him back like a fishing catch.
And what should I do? Because, you know, I like my organs inside my body.
Tom, I understand you're freaked out, but try to remember, you've got more protection on you right now than I do.
I'm fairly sure that is incorrect, sir. That's in character. This
I know.
is small. You're in an actual set of armor.
Tom,
I don't feel protected.
I understand. I'm simply trying to reassure you the necklace is very powerful. But I agree. If you are not wanting to get in harm's way right now, I understand. Let me net him up, and then we'll fly back to the ship, or we'll bring the ship to us. One way or the other, I feel capturing him is our best course of option right now.
Sure.
Why don't you
I'll
back
just
me
sit
up?
here. Okay. I'll do that.
Al will...
Blessings, blessings, blessings.
You hear in the distance.
Al will awkwardly, in the giant power armor, pat Tom reassuringly on the shoulder.
Oh, no.
It's not that
no.
giant. It's not that giant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like the golden armor that Piph has. It fits
Oh, okay.
to your body.
Mm-hmm.
You would actually be really comfortable in it.
Okay, well then Al
but it's
will...
made out of crystals.
Got it. Then Al will like put a reassuring hand on Tom's shoulder and say, "Stay here, get some rest, be my backup."
I don't have a radio.
So you guys are here, and you hear blessings here.
Al will, as Tom says
How am I
that,
supposed to?
as he says that, Al will nod and then start flying. And he'll cast invisibility on himself.
There we go. I was waiting for it.
Like it's like, I don't have a radio. Mm-hmm.
Whoosh!
I am very good backup. Yes,
Al doesn't
sir.
have an
Yes,
answer
sir.
for this. Al has
Alright.
no answer, so...
So hovering on the sky, hovering in the sky, you're able to see. How high up do you want to go?
Oh, only a good 15 feet or so.
Oh, okay. So over the top of the far-off clay building, by this meeting hall, sure enough, you see the same individual that you saw earlier in the day. A Dayan like any other, with a large cudgel-like staff, and you can see 3 soot-colored black skulls hanging from it with rope, as the skulls kind of clanker back and forth as he keeps shifting towards the village itself. He's about here at this point, and he's raving about blessings, the swarm brothers. I come all the time until you all will say winter's outpost. Ours is the only way. Ringna is the only way. If not, doom will come soon. Doom will come soon. so on and so forth.
Right. Well, no time like the present, I suppose. Al's going to do his best to look around to see if he's by himself.
You mean, because like right now I got you flying over top the trees right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
If by yourself you mean there's no one else in the village,
Oh, no.
that would be
So,
false.
right, no. So Al's going to fly towards him and make sure he's not accompanied by others.
You can see he's not accompanied, but as you fly in the sky, Menzeg looks up at the moving streak. And he stares at you for a moment, and for a split second, you get to about, I'm going to say here. You see where I ping?
Yes.
So you traveled like this distance, and he's looking up. And for a split second, you see his little tiny eyes furrow, and he gives a very surprised look at that.
Yeah, Al's gonna not take chances, and he's going to zoom towards him, getting ready to cast the magical net.
Okay. All you can see is just the tiniest of blur in the orange light. And it's almost like, perhaps to him, you're not too sure. You'll have to ask him perhaps, or maybe it'll always be a mystery. Maybe he always thinks it's like maybe a trick of the light, right? Or something. But you're able to easily get within range. And you can see, other than his cudgel, he has a knife on the side of his hip there, in like a little leather holster. But the leather holster looks all smoldered and black as well. And it might be just a regular knife. It might be a vibroblade. Either way, he doesn't go for it. And you say you cast magic net?
Yes.
What's the range on that?
200 feet. With,
Oh, God.
Within 10 feet area.
Okay, cool. And how far away do you want to be before you cast it?
I want to get close enough so that I'm fairly sure of the shot.
Can you give me a footage, buddy?
Yeah. Let's say 20 feet.
Oh, God, that's pretty close. Okay, cool, cool. All right, and I believe he gets some sort of saving throw, doesn't he?
16 or higher, yeah.
Yeah. He gets no. Actually, you know what? Because you're so close, and because he doesn't really know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like he senses something.
Mm-hmm.
Like he probably heard a whoosh or something, and a little bit of a shimmer. But he's like, "What the fuck is this?" So I'm actually gonna make it harder by him for one, because it's so cool. Because like all of a sudden a net's gonna show up. He's not gonna have a lot of chance to dodge that. Is it a dodge roll or is it a magic saving?
It's a dodge roll. Dodge roll of 16 or higher.
Okay,
You can try to dodge
I'm
by
not...
by being snared by rolling 16.
All right, let me just quickly check. I have a little notepad here. Their average dodge. Oh my god! So he has no bonus.
Okay. Oh yeah, it says so.
No.
Although there's no save to magic, they can try and dodge it. So yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. He can't. He gives us a surprise little erp. As, magic net, a glowing yellow net, emerges from your hand and hits him straight in the face, chest, and arms, and it wraps around him twice. And he yells out in a baffled tone, "What sorcery is this?"
Al is going to.
I mean, that's a pretty basic spell, mister.
Go fuck It's a pretty basic spell, motherfucker. All right. Anyway.
Oh, Al doesn't want him shouting a bunch of stuff everywhere.
Well, because he's taking
I know.
a deep breath for more.
Al's going to cast a carpet of adhesion over his mouth. I don't know if that'll work or not.
Spend the ISP, but you spend the PPE for invisibility and carpet of adhesion, right?
Yeah. Well, for invisibility, yes, I can spend it for
Invisibility.
Carpet. Yeah.
And consume for a carbon. Like the only way you're gonna find out if it works is if you try.
If you try, right? So I do.
Okay. Now,
And I want it to
Inferno.
just like be small enough so it's almost like duct tape right over the mouth.
yeah, I don't see any reason why. It's definitely within the 200 square foot maximum. So, yeah, I'll allow for it. He gives another. He takes in a deep breath, and he goes, "My bro!" And he starts to like wrestle in there. Now you do see like two die in from around the corner of this meeting hall right here. They do go around the corner and they stand and they stupidly watch what the hell is going on to the Doom Speaker, Manzeg. They're not saying anything or doing anything to stop you. They don't even know where you are. They're kind of distracted by the magically tied up, muffled. Oh my god, this is so bizarre. All right, anyways.
Al's going to land next to him, still invisible, and the net. Is the net something that like I can grab and hold and move?
Not really, not. No, it's not like a fishing net in a way. Like it's completely wrapped around him, but you can't really grab onto it. It's made of magic.
Got it. Okay, then. So if I okay, I'm trying to see. If I attach something to it, like another carpet of adhesion, can I move it? I guess I could just attach him in a
You can
carpet
just
of
pick him
adhesion.
up.
Yeah.
Have you
I'll pick
tried
him up.
hands?
So Al will pick him up and say, "Yes, I know. Doom, doom, doom," and start flying off with him.
So regardless of what happens, the individuals of Winter's Outpost for years to come will speak of the curse that fell Manzeg, the Doom Speaker, as he goes hurtling through the sky in a golden web, screaming.
So Tom sees these two zooming off, and
Yep.
he's still behind that same tree, twiddling his thumb.
Al will actually float over to where Tom is very quickly and say, "Tom, the spell, the net won't last long. I'll be right back for you. I promise."
Okay, he's gonna
Yeah,
give you a
dive by-
thumbs up.
Well, you have to kind of yell over the shrieks, the muffled shrieks of Manzeg.
And Al's
Manzan.
gonna fly as fast as he can back to the behemoth with
so
with
that's
Menzo.
Um,
50 miles an hour.
Well, I don't know if that's safe.
Well,
You know what? I'm
So
gonna
fast.
make this safe because speed is of the essence. I don't want to leave Tom there too long. I'll cast another carpet. Oh no, I don't have to cast another one. I'll press my hand.
for another magic net.
No. I'll press my hand to the carpet of adhesion on his face. And I'll hold him, of course, otherwise, but that's the
Oh,
to make sure
good.
that he doesn't fall.
I need to look at durations of stuff. Give me a moment.
Mhm.
If it's the magic net, because it's a
Mhm.
level 5 spell, it's 2.5 minutes.
Oh.
Not
Okay.
very long at all.
No. So, Squee, Al,
Mhm.
when you get maybe a mile or so, mile and a half, maybe 2 miles, so just about 40% of the way to the Rhapsody, the magic net is gone. I know carpet of adhesion lasts a little while longer. Wait, no, it doesn't.
It actually lasts about 10 minutes.
It says, I thought it was 10 turns per level of experience.
Hang on. I'll read it for you. It is 10 melees per level of spellcaster.
10 melees, which is 15 seconds. So 15. So that is divided by 4, 2 minutes and something per level. Yeah, you're like, what, 4th level?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, that's 10 minutes. Okay, so the carpet adhesion's still on him, but the net disappeared. And he starts writhing like crazy in the sky.
I will.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say I'll cast superhuman strength to try and hold him.
Okay. So, roll a 1d20, add 15. And I'm just gonna roll a Yeah, you succeed. Never mind. I rolled a 2. Even if you rolled a 1, which isn't. Actually, no.
Let me go ahead and roll.
I don't let ones be automatic failures when it comes to post strength checks. I find that silly.
There we go. Still.
Yeah, you're good.
So I imagine
He
Al's
doesn't have escape artist as a skill, so.
Al's gonna hold on to him while he's struggling, and he'll just gonna say, "I know."
Oh,
Doom,
the
doom.
stream's down apparently.
Well,
Oh no.
let me go check. It's up on my side.
Well,
Dun dun dun.
It shows as up for me.
Yeah, looks like it's up for me too.
let me double check, and we'll make it 4. Yeah, it's up for me too.
I'm good.
Well then.
Wait, but this is lagging behind a little bit.
Oh wait, now mine's
Oh.
having a loading thing.
Yeah, and now it's loading.
Well, never mind.
I didn't even drop any
Well-
frames. Maybe it's on YouTube.
Are you connected
Yeah,
to the
it's
internet? Piff, you need to check if you're connected to the internet. All right, I'll stop.
I just imagine the whole time Al's just like, "Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I know.
Doom, doom,
The humans in Doom. Gotcha. Uh huh.
It's okay. It's okay. Shh. Shh.
I
You
can
know how I
myself.
got these scars.
Oh, Jesus.
I could
Could be
restart.
YouTube's ad.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you restart it?
Alright.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going up just as well as it was before. So hopefully that's good.
Okay, we'll just do a quick check here before we continue. Jack plays, you're the worst.
Whoa. I've seen worse people.
That's the new sub for sub. Remember
Yeah.
sub for sub back in the golden days of YouTube when you could customize your own page
Mm-hmm.
with backgrounds and all sorts of stuff?
That?
Oh, you could. Now you got a little tiny banner that you can change the image of.
God damn it.
Dun, dun.
Damn it.
Yeah, it looks like it's still just replaying the last 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's so weird. That's so weird. I guess that's a YouTube thing. Because it's.
Well, why don't you
everything's-
stop streaming? We'll leave it for like 5 minutes or so.
Okay.
We'll see if it completely clears.
Try number two.
Hey, this is compartmentalizing our session into consumable bites. You know what it is the guys who just wanted to watch an hour at a time is just hacking into our stream. We'll make it an hour at a time.